Hey everybody, welcome to today's show presented by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. We got another Dynasty Spotlight series issue for you guys. I've been going through the trades all week, hand selected some of my favorite ones. Dynasty Al, the Doc, these guys are here to help dissect the trade, tell you what side they like, take a closer look at it. You guys ready to talk some Dynasty football?
Let's do it. Love
Absolutely.
Always ready, these two. Here we go to jump into our first trade. This is a trade in one of our super traders leagues. If you guys like to trade and you're in a boring league now that doesn't trade, come jump in one of these super traders. I promise you, you will not be bored. First trade though, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Calvin Ridley in 2 seconds for Leonard Fournette, Njoku, 2.3 and 3-1s. Your guys' thoughts?
Man, so you don't see 3 future firsts in a trade very often, especially because it's hard to acquire, 2 additional future firsts. And then, so that looks like quite a haul. And I still like Fournette. And Njoku, unfortunately, I think he's kind of droppable at this point in our leagues. But I got to go with the Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Calvin Ridley's side. As much as I don't love Ridley as much as some people, you've got a surefire thing at the running back and receiver position for the foreseeable future. I just feel more confident in that than I do on hitting and on future picks. So, and both those guys, have long-term value as well. So it's not like you're sacrificing everything just for the short term. Right. Clyde's the guy we like long-term, even though his rookie year was a little disappointing. I'm gonna go with that side.
Yeah, and Doc, right before you go, I just noticed the comment.
Yeah, I like
which
that.
I actually missed when I was processing this trade. Here you go, my man. We got you front and center.
Yes.
Of today's episode. Go ahead, Doc. Sorry about that.
No worries. I'm going to side with Clyde and Ridley for the similar reasons that Al laid out there. That being said, though, if you are in rebuild mode, it's nice to get 3 first-round picks. And I would assume that's 3 on top of the one that he already has. Yeah. So 4 first-round picks, that's the kind of a draft that can change your whole organization, so to speak.
And just a lot of trade leverage comes with those.
Yeah, you can do a lot with those picks.
I was thinking that too, and I haven't looked at his roster, but if he had Clyde and Calvin Ridley, the rest of his roster doesn't look that great. I think that's a good move to pull right there.
Yeah.
All right, next trade popping up on your screen. Another big trade here. We got Nick Chubb, Kenny Galladay, Cooper Kupp in the 2.6 for Antonio Gibson, Brian Hill, Denzel Mims in the 1.4. Your guys' thoughts?
I really, 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 really like Antonio Gibson a lot. And 1.4 is a nice spot to be in. That being said, I'm going to side with Chubb and Kupp at this point. And then kind of banking on the fact that Galladay will be a little better than I think he will be. But, it's a close trade because there's aspects of each side that I like. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with Nick Chubb and Cooper Kupp. But it's very close.
Yeah, I'm right here with Antonio Gibson's the guy, obviously, on the other side I like. 1.4 is obviously sweet. But to get such a sure thing in Nick Chubb and then Cooper Kupp as well. And like you mentioned, I think Galladay will be a little better than we think. We didn't love the destination New York, but I think that side's just a lot safer and just as much long-term potential.
Yeah, good stuff. I was actually thinking about Galladay yesterday, too, and I started thinking, if Saquon Barkley comes back to form, I think Kenny Galladay is going to shock a lot of people.
Yeah.
One of the best one-on-one wide receivers, a guy that's great in the red zone. If you could get Saquon out there ripping like he did in his rookie season again, going to be a lot of eyes on Saquon. I think that's something, Galladay's never had in Detroit. Solid running game. I actually like Galladay a little bit more today than I have the last week.
I really like him for the aspect he's going to be cheap. I feel like not many people are going to be like, yes, he's playing for the Giants. That's exactly where I wanted him to end up. So I feel like to see him in that deal is a bit shocking, but based on where he ended up, it makes sense. And he's almost just kind of tossed into it.
Right.
And that could end up being a huge, huge, huge addition to that team.
Yeah, but for me, it's all on Saquon Barkley's health. Barkley's health.
Yeah, I would agree.
Next trade popping up on your screen.
Ooh.
Just looking at his name kind of hurts me a little bit. That was definitely targeting. That definitely should have been called. We got Rashard Higgins, Evan Ingram, the 1.6, 1.9, and the 1.10. Your guys' guy, Antonio Gibson, CeeDee Lamb.
Yes. Go ahead, Al.
Okay, I'm going to rock with the Gibson and Lamb side. Reason being, obviously those picks are nice, but, Gibson and Lamb were both rookies last year, and, those were, CD was an early to mid first round pick last year. Gibson, you probably got early second round, but those guys are well worth their value and probably more valuable than whatever spot you took them last year. So I'm going to ride with the young guys where you know you hit for sure, where that 1.6, 1.9, 1.10, you know, it's not a sure thing as much as, you know, we know our draft prospects. You check out our rookie spotlight series. We'll break it down for you, but just feel a little more confident in the sure things here.
Yeah, and the fact that the sure things are so young, too, makes me even more confident in that side. You know, Gibson and Lamb, both rookies last year. I mean, sky's the limit for both of them. You know, CD Lamb especially is someone that, you know, we've talked about quite a bit, feel very strongly about him. And, yeah, I like the 3 picks a lot. And, again, it kind of depends where you're at team-wise. But, yeah, I'll take the 2 young guys in Gibson and Lamb over those other 3. I feel like Ingram's got potential to be something, but he can't stay on the field, and Higgins is really only valuable if someone gets hurt in Cleveland. So, yeah, I'll side with Gibson and Lamb.
All right, good stuff. Nothing to add to that trade. Next trade popping up on your screen here. I kind of find this one interesting.
Ooh.
DeAndre Swift for Winston in the 1.1. I was really looking at that 1.1. Would you guys give up the 1.1 this year for DeAndre Swift? And just want to say before you guys go, I mean, in these recent dynasty drafts we've done, he's been in the first round, around the 7-8 pick.
Swift has?
Yeah, in fresh dynasty leagues. So just want your guys' opinion on this trade.
It's tough making this trade before the NFL draft happens, just because landing spot isn't everything, but it is important. So I think I would want to hold on to the 1.1. Well, I guess I see that both ways too. Man, it's tough.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. I think the one.
I mean, I just shot the trade over.
Yeah, I know,
it comes in your phone. Are you pulling the trigger?
What side am I on? Am I getting the 1.1?
Yeah, I'm offering you the 1.1 for Swift.
Screw it. I'll do it. I'm not as big on Swift as everyone.
Dang it.
I think, you know, depending on where some of these got, Jamar Chase is our 1.1 right now, but even Najee Harris, depending on his landing spot, I think he could be more valuable than Swift just because Detroit's a mess right now. Simple as that. Jamar Chase is going to be a great long-term player, and depending on landing spot, there could be other running backs between ETN and Najee right up there with Swift. So,
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, and I was going to say it with a little bit of confidence too. As much as Winston, I mean, he's solid, but he doesn't really mean as much in this trade. I mean, it's basically Swift for that 1.1. I'd rather have Jamar Chase. I'm also not very big on DeAndre Swift. I mean, I feel like the fact that he's going first round, that's fine. But I feel like just of the running backs last year, there's probably 4 that I'd take over him just from that class. So even if he is getting that first-round buzz, and I know a lot of people online really love DeAndre Swift and are expecting a big breakout for him, I personally just don't see it because, again, Detroit's an absolute dumpster fire. Give me Jamar Chase or whoever at the 1.1. Whichever one I like, I take that over DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, I like it. I actually agree with you guys. And my reason that I would take the 1.1 is I try to move it.
Yeah.
I try to slide down to maybe the 1.4. So you get another throw-in player there. I do agree we're talking about Winston as like a throw-in player. Just 2 years ago, I think it was number 3 overall.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, very well, that could turn out to be, I mean,
Could
not
be great,
just a throw-in. And Winston could be putting up some great numbers this year. Final trade popping up on the screen. Another Devontae Adams trade. Got Devontae Adams for Robert Woods and a first and a second. Your guys' thoughts? I'm assuming after looking at the Ridley trade, I have an idea who you guys like. Just curious.
Because of what I said on the Ridley trade, I got to go with Devontae Adams again. But it's a good haul for him.
So I'm actually going to side with Devontae Adams this time just because I know Calvin Ridley is not super young for where he should be. But Robert Woods, I mean, he's been around the league for quite some time now. He's not getting any younger. And the 2 picks being future picks, a little more up in the air where they end up, I'll side with the more sure thing in Devontae Adams.
I agree with you, and I think he turns 29 before the season starts next
Yeah.
year. One thing I was thinking on that trade, like I think Robert Woods is going to have an exceptional season this year
Yes.
with Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
With him being 29, I mean, obviously I think Adams finishes higher. I think Woods could surprise some people, be a little closer to Adams than people think. Maybe for the next year or two, just something to think about on that
Yeah.
one.
For sure.
That's fair. I think especially, too, if Green Bay actually added someone that would give
help.
competition to Adams for targets, I would definitely be more willing to make that deal.
Right, but I agree with you guys. It's going to be Devontae Adams. Let's go win a championship next year.
Absolutely.
That's going to wrap up this edition. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be coming back with a 4th episode this week. Love for you to come watch it. As always, mastersfantasyfootballleagues.com. Over 600 dynasty leagues. Never folded a single one. Also fresh dynasties currently filling. Redraft leagues are firing up next month. It's almost that time of the year, guys. So
I'm excited.
Appreciate it. Till next time, that's all we got.